Hey y'all, it is noon, Ugh. And I have been sleeping like a crazy person for the whole weekend. It's been nuts. I've tried in the past to upload these videos. I'm using the YouTube Capture app, and for some reason, the last few I uploaded came out inverted. I'm hoping this doesn't happen again. So that's why you haven't seen anything coming out from me. So what's been going on in my life? Well, a lot. um, let's see. My dad's sick again. Cancer is back, and it's not going away. I don't really want to get too much in the details of it, but we're all just dealing with it as best we can. We're all just trying to get on like we did before, healthier, with it in mind, but not trying to treat the situation any differently. And I think that's the best way of going about it. I mean, we've dealt with cancer in the family before, and we know what happens when you start treating the person like the disease. It's just the wrong way of doing it. So we're all just trying to use what time we have, what time, however long that may be, and I think that's a good way of treating life. Just treat it like every day's your last. It's why waste why waste your time? Um, and that leads me to another thing. Last night I met a friend of a friend of a friend, a girl, um, who had this crippling notion that she was obese, morbidly obese. Now, she was a, a girl with some meat on her bones. I think that's as far as I would go with it. According to her BMI or this and that, she was like 20 something percent. It wasn't really that bad. Um, and she was freaking out. And I tried to explain to her how this fear is the worst part about it. The fear of being stuck like this. And her boyfriend said that she had done all sorts of diets and this and that. So she was stuck in the same patterns that millions of people, men and women, find themselves in. Um, so I tried to talk to her about it. And she had this nervous reaction and had to run away. Like, literally run away. Bolted for the bathroom, and then snuck out and left. And it was like, wow. You. Now, I've reached out to her and I said, look, I'm sorry about if I, crossed the line. If you ever want to talk about it, we can talk about it. And that's all I'm going to say. But sometimes when you want to help somebody, the best way of helping that person is to just make yourself available, because if you try and force them to do anything, it's not going to work. It's not going to be like, well, I'm going to come here and say a few words and it will be all good. It's not going to happen. Some people have some serious issues with their body, or a state of mind, or a state of being that you can't just remedy. You can't just swoop in and be a superhero all the time. You can't be a fixer. Um, and personally, that's a hard lesson for me to learn, and I've been learning it for a while. But you just putting yourself there in case that they want to, be, have someone to talk to about it and say, look, I don't know what to do. I feel like I should be doing something. You know, the path to self-improvement is a very difficult one, and it's one that I've been trying to walk, and I've stumbled many, many, many times. I've fallen flat on my face even more times, but it's one that you got to keep getting up, and try and take that next step. Even small steps, small steps. If a big step is too big for you, take a smaller step. If that means you have to take 10 small steps to get to equal one big step, then do that. because you're still because the forward momentum is almost as important as what you're as the effect as what you're accomplishing. The forward momentum keeps you moving forward, and eventually you're going to get there, and it's going to fill you with confidence. And confidence is a hard thing to learn these days. You know, we don't grow up in a world where self-confidence is really taught, you know, and you're not given the tools to be self-confident. You're given the tools to compare yourself to other people. You know, you're given grades, you're given percentages, you're given sports, and you're given leaderboards, and you're given all this other things. But and I'm not saying, you know, that a world full of participation medals is good either, but we're not given the tools to be healthy people, mentally healthy people, because we don't know what mental health is on a society level, on a civilization level. We're barely getting by trying to figure out what physical health is. Um, I was really, I was thinking about that for like a few hours, and I woke up thinking, like, I used to be that person. It's not that I used to be fat or anything like that. I could say I was overweight, but whatever. But I've been working hard on so many different levels of self-improvement. And you know, and I'm still a fan of Fight Club, and some people say that self-destruction, blah 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 blah. But there's a forward momentum to self-destruction as well, you know, um, embodying the fire energy of destruction so that you make way for new things. And I've even tried embodying that as well. You know, you drop things out of your life, you remove things so that you can make way for better things. You know, that can be a temporary or a permanent thing. You know, um, I'm not doing historical reenactments this year because I feel like there's a lot for me to do otherwise, and I feel like I don't have a passion for it right now, so I'm gonna remove it from my life, and wait until that passion comes back, and then I'm gonna jump back into it, and I'm gonna have time to do other things so that when I do jump back into it, it's not the other things aren't gonna be right here bugging me like, no, you should be doing this instead. This is far more important. Anyway, so that's my little rant. I'm gonna throw up a bunch of these videos while I can. It's Father's Day, and I'm doing a slow start to today. So I might upload a few of these from my grandfather's house because I gotta go visit my grandfather. So, yeah. Take care. Bye bye.